This copyrighted broadcast of the Pilipinas Super League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the PSL.
We're on to our third and final ball game sa ating Friday triple header mula pa rin dito sa FILOIL ECOOIL Center here in San Juan, as the hometown team of the San Juan Kings go for gold will go up against the Pure Blend Similan Black Fox. Jaime Mendejara kasama pa rin Chicky Reyes. Bring your reaction live for our Pilipinas Super League President's Cup 2025. Good evening muli sa'yo, Chicky.
Magandang gabi sa'yo, Jaime, and to all our viewers ng PSL. Hope you guys are enjoying itong aming rendition ng ating PSL.
Of course, look at our team standings once again. Still a couple of teams that are undefeated. Talking about Binyan and the Supremos. Nakaunang talo na nga ang Reapers just earlier. So San Juan Kings looking to bounce back and stay atop of our standings. Samantalang ang Black Fox would want to get out of that bottom cellar.
So mabigat yun for San Juan dahil nabahiran nga yung kanilang immaculate record at looking to bounce back here. Pero if you're on the side of Pure Blends, gusto mong makaslay ng isang giant in the team of San Juan.
Of course, almost was the story in that 11-point loss against the Caloocan Supremos in their previous assignment.
And looking at the numbers here, tinan mo yung points of turnovers. It was really huge here for the Supremos, capitalizing with 31 points of the 30 turnovers of Pure Blends. And I think yun eh. Yun doon nagkatalo talaga sa larong yun.
Let's see if they will be able to address that particular challenge in this matchup against San Juan para naman dito sa mga naka-asul. A bit of a revenge game para dito sa San Juan Kings. Lost in overtime against the Gensan Warriors.
That was close. In fact, looking at the field goal percentage, hindi nagkakala yun except for the conversion. But on the different departments, bench points talaga ng Gensan Warriors ang isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit naubusan nila o naunahan nila itong San Juan Kings.
Of course, what is a PSL game if wala tayong marquee matchup brought to us by Daily Fantasy and sa Pilipinas Basketball. Itong si James Martinez and of course Orlan Nawamar naman para sa San Juan.
You'd say James Martinez, the veteran, sabi nyo iba, baka bumagal na ng konti. Okay, fine. Let's give it to Orlan for the speed. But in terms of veterans leadership, I would like to say James Martinez might have that edge against Wamar.
And let's head over to Maris Victorio for a couple of reports before we tip off.
Chicky and Jaime, it's a battle of momentum for our main game tonight, and the San Juan Kings are here, prepared and ready to dominate the game. Now, they are averaging at 20 turnovers, and for this game, they are trying to lessen it. And although they are still trying to build up their team chemistry, one thing will remain the same for these guys. Hustle hard to bounce back and protect their home turf. For the Pure Blend Similan Black Fox, they will rely on team effort. No excuses, lahat all out. This will be different considering they are matched up against a team na may home court advantage. Kaya lahat sila na maglalaro ay makikitaan natin in action. San Juan Kings kontra Pure Blend Similan Black Fox sa pagbabalik ng Pilipinas Super League. Dito, Pinoy ang bida.
To have you here at FILOIL ECOOIL Center here in San Juan City. This is Pilipinas Super League 2025 President's Cup. It's the main game of our Friday's triple header. Now let us meet the starters from your super teams. beginning with Pure Plants. Starting guard number 13, James Martinez. Under guard number 20, Justin Alfonso. At forward number 1, Kyle Napes. Under forward number 2, Mel Mabiga. And at center number 6, Wowie Escosio. Head coach is Raymond Valenzuela. His assistants are Jude Dizon and Matt Sia. Team manager Ryan Riponda and team owner Ryan Calanto. And now, let us meet the starters from your San Juan Kings. Go for gold! Starting guard number 5, Arlon Wamar. To guard number 6, AC Soberano. At forward number 15, Arvin Gampoa. Under forward number 23, Kenneth Villapando. And man in the middle, number 2, Michael Calisan. Head coach is Honorable Senator Jingoy Estrada. His assistants are Nani Puntulan, Jonathan Banal, Nathaniel Gregorio, James Opie, and Jeff Taunera. Team manager, Julius Van.
Starters muna tayo para dito sa laro between the Pure Blends and the San Juan Kings. Go for gold, Alfonso, Martinez, Escosio, Napes, and Mabigat. Para sa Pure Blends, Wamar, Galinato, Palisaan, Villapando, and Gamboa to round out the 5 for the hometown team of the San Juan Kings. For the San Juan Kings nga dito, Chicky, we were talking about it prior to this ball game, that tough loss against Jensen Warriors in their previous game. Dito rin sa kanilang home court. Something that they would want to erase and make up for dito sa laro against Pure Blends.
Now with the presence of their head coach, the Honorable Senator Jingoy Estrada, talagang hindi ako magdududa kung from the get-go, isa lang ang goal in mind. Bounce back, get that third win after that close loss in the last game.
Go back to the winning column as Calisaan off on his jumper from the baseline. Nice tap there from Villapando. Galinato tracks down the steal. Gamboa gets it to Calisaan, fakes out Escosio, and will head to the line for 2.
Caught a big fish there in Escosio.
Calisaan. So, majority of the players, ito rin yung kanilang koponan in our 2024 version of our Pilipinas Super League President's Cup. Couple of additions certainly, pero yun nga, itong core na to did reach, I believe, the semifinals of our previous season. So alam mong gusto nila a deeper run this time around.
Oh yeah. Pag ganyan ang basketball approach, ang basketball program, expected to be high pedigree type of basketball, di ba?
Mahagang press nga ang bibigay nila dito against Pure Blends as Napes almost losing the leather. Pull up, Mabigat will get the roll.
Now, you're gonna press one team. Ang gagawin niya, they look for that best contrapelo option to counter the press, di ba? Sinasabi na when you're being pressed, don't be afraid, attack the press.
Minsan parang gusto mo defensive ka rin
Yes.
against the press eh. Gamboa. With a miss as a loose ball foul will be whistled here against Pure Blends. Basket would not count.
Because the moment you pull back and be afraid sa isang press, doon ka lalong gustong i-press no kalaban. You want to stop on that press, attack the press.
And for the kids, once again, na nakikinig sa atin, Chicky, that parang nakakatakot tignan, right? But the best way to actually address the press is to attack it.
Don't play afraid, di ba? Kasi makikita ng kalaban yan eh, if you're playing afraid.
Oh, maaamoy nila yan.
Oh, mga predator.
Nice pass inside, Calisaan from Gamboa.
High-low play again with Calisaan, showing us how to move without that basketball and going to a good scoring position.
1 point lead para sa San Juan Kings. Mabigat gets a pick from Escosio. Escosio spins inside, blocked by Gamboa. Takbo dito ang mga naka-asul. Gamboa looking for Calisaan once again, but Escosio able to intercept. Martinez checked by Villapando. Gets to the lane. Tapped away, stolen by Villapando. Easy layup on the other end, converted by John Galinato.
That's how you do it. You get a turnover, you don't relax, you push it.
Takbo ka agad ang tema dito ng San Juan. Sabi mo nga, they would want to start early.
Oo.
They really want to let the Pure Blends know that they're up for a long evening.
Cut the head of the snake.
Napes. Able to escape momentarily, but Kalisaan coming up with a steal.
Now that last sequence for the white shirts, not too much movement. Just relying on two players, exchanging passes there.
Tinakbuhan na naman sila dito ng San Juan as Villapando gets his first 2 of the contest. 5-point advantage now for San Juan. Escocio looking for Martinez. Great pass as Wamar commits the foul. Yung amuyan din to ni Wawi tsaka ni James. Parang matagal na rin naglalaro together.
Alam mo, whether magkakampi, magkalaban, alam mo na yung galaw di ba? At dito papasok yung veteran smarts. You know that you have a scorer in James Martinez. He couldn't get the ball off a handoff. He's going to find a different way to get it but put himself in a scoring position. That time around, nga naman, nandito na ako sa may basket. Give it to me. I'm gonna finish with a layup plus a bonus free throw.
Laid down to 275. Almost 3 minutes gone by dito sa ating first period. Wamar gets the ball back from Kalisaan. Gamboa trying to outspeed Escocio. Kick out Villapando. Balik kay Gamboa. Attacks Escocio. Great defense there from Wawi, but unable to secure the rebound.
Good idea. Bring the big fellow out in Escocio. Paglabas niya, kontrapelo, atake sa loob. But Wawi Escocio showing us that he has the footwork to go back inside.
Nakakasabay, no? Dito sa bilis ni Gamboa in that instance. James trying to save it, but it will stay with the Kings. Shot clock will reset to 14.
14 seconds of the shot clock.
Wamar looking for Kalisaan once again. Great defense for Pure Blends. Nababasa nila yung mga gustong nakaw dito na San Juan. From outside, that's way off on that attempt.
Not too sure if that was the best option. Alfonso apologizing there because it was a 2 against 4 and you don't even have one of your 2 big guys underneath to at least secure a rebound in case you fail to score a basket.
Magandang decision making din. No? But yun nga, instantly apologizing.
You take the good with the bad diba? Because Alfonso brings in the speed. So yan yung parang elbow room niya to make mistakes.
Wamar against Alfonso. Kick out to the corner. 3 is short. Viloria might have been bothered by that defense from Mabigat.
And that was possible because of Alfonso cutting the driving lane of Omar. That's why he opted to go for that pass to the corner teammate who was open.
Parang win na sa'yo yun, eh, no? Pag na-cut off mo si Orlan Wamar.
Oo, kasi source of points talaga yan, eh. Oh, so they gotta... Kasi kinakailangan athletic insert ba?
So he may need to replace it or remove it altogether.
Oh, you might be
Talking about
surprised.
Alfonso.
Di ba kasi yung iba naka-black shirt din, but ano ba, dahil athletic wear.
Kailangan yata tight fit or like
Ayun
maybe
lang.
shorter than what Alfonso had going.
We'll try to find out later on.
Basta pinaupo siya.
Pinaupo. Dahil sa inshirt.
Galinato drops it off to Gamboa. Goes to the other side for 2.
And Gamboa, buti na lang no, nakita niya that Escocio wasn't going to block off that baseline. Had to go to the opposite side.
Go to the corner for 3. That short. Mabigat, offensive board, and secures the putback.
So you gotta be careful if you're on the side of San Juan dahil may mga shooters na pinasok na dito ang Pure Blends.
Kick out. Viloria, long 2. Knocks it down. That time making up for that short 3-pointer earlier. May license to shoot itong si Viloria para sa San Juan.
Again, if you got bigs that can secure that in Kalisaan, right? And AC, okay na yan. Bonus yan.
Scotia couldn't finish off the glass, but second serving will
Really
go for Wawi.
Really scary when Hawaii holds that ball. Parang he could squeeze that air out of that leather.
Gamboa susubok sa labas and gets the 3 to go.
And Scotia apologizes quickly because he decided not to close out long on Gamboa.
Assignment wise, no? You should know that Gamboa has that shot
Oh, yeah.
in his arsenal. Galinato giving up that foul against Mabigat. 14-9 with 4:17 remaining as we head over to Maris Victoria for a report. Maris?
Shiki and Jaime, Michael Calisaan told me composure will be a big factor in this main game. Unlike their previous game, they need to have a physical and emotional poise. He also told me they are unestablished team, so 20 averaging turnovers is not normal for them. Yan daw talaga ang kanilang iniiwasan at hindi sila pwedeng magpabaya lalo na galing sila sa pagkatalo. This is their home turf and they are called Kings for a reason. Let's see if they are able to bounce back from their loss. Shiki and Jaime?
Salamat muli, Maris. And turnover, once again, parang pareho yung tema ng ating tatlong laro. The turnovers is something that teams would like to address. But obviously, a different question kung ma-address mo ba talaga in the game.
So far, so good for San Juan, only with 2 turnovers. And we are beyond the 4-minute mark of the first quarter.
Soberano.
Wow.
Specialty of the house, AC, for 3.
How luxurious is it to have an AC coming off the bench and then heating up and scoring on the 3 top of the key, di ba? Sarap. Kung ikaw ang coach yan.
We were talking about the Pangasinan team na napakalalim. Hindi rin naman din papatalo itong San Juan in terms of really, you know, their second and even their third unit.
Oh, yes.
17-11, a lead up to 6 for the Kings. Alforque might have dragged his pivot foot, gets the ball back. Shot clock still at 11. Ubalde, siya naman ang mapipituan dito ng traveling.
That was a good entry pass by Viloria. Feeling ko na bigla ng kaunti, no? Si Ubalde finding himself catching that ball and just about a foot away from the basket.
Monteco. Fall away. Can finish off the glass. Napes put back. Ayaw. Coaches claiming for a foul. Kings have the numbers. Agovida able to find Ubalde for the finish. Samahan mo pa ng foul.
Biggest lead already. At 8 points here for San Juan.
Naman yung pasahan sa loob. No choice for J.R. Monteco. Trying to check 2 players at the same time.
I mean, I'm a fan of that hockey pass. You know, you pass it to the player who has the best view of the open guy. May ibang player kasi gusto akin yung assist eh. Ako dapat makahanap. But then again, not all opportunities will present it that way.
For those not familiar, no? Kasi sa hockey, stat talaga yan eh.
Oh, yes.
That is indeed something that they count.
Sana nga meron din sa basket, di ba?
I'm sure advanced analytics could produce those if they need to. Another assist here for the Kings. Agovida getting that bucket underneath.
I'm a fan of the touch passes. Lalo na kung palapit na palapit sa basket dahil yun yung highest percentage.
Double-digit lead now para sa San Juan. 21-11. Alanes with 4 to shoot. Alforque caught with his hand inside the cookie jar.
It's clear that Pure Blends are trying to free up their shooters, right? And Shaq and James. Pero yung last sequence na yun, Alforque had the right idea, but last second, na-tempt nasumundot. And you don't do that with Alanis.
Nakakatakam naman talaga.
Oo.
Slau, siya naman ang susubok. Overshoots. Yarena, wide open. That's short. Viloria. Shovel pass. As the Kings turn it over. Still up by 10, 21-11. With a minute and 59 remaining as Pure Blends will call for this timeout. 21-11, San Juan Kings go for gold with this early 10-point advantage. As we see AC Soberano hit on that three-pointer earlier. Gamboa had one of his own, and yun nga, baskets from assists has been the theme here for San Juan.
And defense is the key. I'm looking at the stats right now with 2 minutes left pa in the first quarter, partner. Turnovers, 6 na. 6 na ang koponan ng Pure Blends. At ilan ang points off turnovers? 7 for the side of San Juan. Not to mention, they have 10 assists already. They force the turnovers, they get steals, and then they score on the other end.
It's quite a crazy stat, Chicky, no? 21 points for your team, and you have 10 assists.
Diba? And it all starts with playing good defense. Steals department, 5 against 3.
And coming off a loss, this is really the type of mindset na gusto mong nakikita para dito sa San Juan team that Senator Jinggoy is certainly gonna be happy about. Alanes missing on that floater. Takbo na naman dito ang San Juan. Viloria. Tessie pulls it back. Decides to pull up. And will get the roll.
So they stop the fast break, but they don't put a man on Viloria, who is at the short corner, takes an easy, uncontested jumper. More often than not, papasok talaga yan.
Napigil mo man yung initial na attack, no? Hindi mo naman nasundan. Go to James. Shot clock is down to 4. Martinez pa rin. Kick out. Alanes. Put a knock down to 3. San Juan with another board. A bit of confusion as it did appear to be a 24-second shot clock violation.
That's why the buzzer sounded.
Parang nagkatinginan lahat dito sa FILOIL ECOOIL Center.
Pero akala ko umabot eh. Parang umabot yung tira. Now Martinez will sit down.
Martinez so far, 3 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Sabi nga, sana man nila hanapin ang kanilang opensa with James off the floor. Alforque. Now Soberano. 7 on the clock. AC has to put it up. Tough shot. Great cover there from Pure Blends.
So, umaapila ang Pure Blends. And we could overhear, no, itong ating mga coaches here saying they did not hit the rim. We could probably check that out.
They would have to take a look. Well, if it is indeed a 24-second shot clock violation, then yun nga, yun na-argue ng Pure Blends. That foul shouldn't have been whistled.
For the side of Pure Blends, you have 1 victory, a couple of losses. You cannot afford to get 1 more here, di ba? Dahil while kung hindi mo ma-secure yung first 2 spots, ang gusto mo ma-secure mo yung 3, 4, 5, and 6. Kasi may twice to beat advantage yun eh. So, you shouldn't be contented with making it to the next round. You want to make it to the next round with an incentive.
And you are a step above a couple of teams that are still searching
Yes.
for their first victories. So yun, kumbaga, may stepping stone ka na to be able to find yourself in that 3, 4, 5, 6 slot. Nice cut there from Llarena. And he will find himself on the line for a couple of free throws. Better execution there para sa Pure Blends. More bodies moving.
Alforque was probably half a second late in trying to close out that path of Llarena.
Llarena sinks the first. Samantala, bangitin lang natin muli ang ating mga kaibigan mula sa Daily Fantasy, ang fantasy sports ng Pilipinas. Pumili ng top basketball players at mag-build ng sariling dream team sa Daily Fantasy. Dahil dito sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro. Join now at playdailyfantasy.com. 23-12. Last shot time para sa San Juan. Alforque calling out the play. Just 5 seconds now. Ubalde. Open. Keyhole jumper. Will get it to go.
Oh, that's tough. You know, you're trying to guard the legit scorers. I'm not saying Ubalde is not a legit scorer, but then again, the big guy pops out, you give him the open look, and he knocks it down.
Yung kumpiyansa, no? To be able to take the shot. Okay, attention is all on the other players. And Ubalde makes them pay. They will be up by 13, 25-12 at the end of the first.
PSL fans, it's time for our daily fantasy in-game trivia. So ngayon kasama po natin si
Richard Palik.
Okay, Tatay Richard, ito po ang katanungan ko sa iyo. Kung last season si Alan the Triggerman Kaidik ang ating PSL Commissioner, ngayon naman po sino?
Jerry Esplana po.
Tama ba ang kanyang sagot? Jerry Esplana nga ba? Tatay, sure ka na ba dyan?
Sigurado po ako.
Ayan, tama. Sagot is no other than 1990 PBA Rookie of the Year, Mr. Cool, Jerry Esplana. And dahil dyan, meron si Tatay Richard ng loot bag, of course, courtesy of Daily Fantasy. Maraming salamat po, Tatay Richard, and maraming salamat po, mga ka-PSL. Magbabalik po kami.
Hawak ko ang laro.
To begin our second quarter. Pero bago tayo mag-umpisa ng ating aksyon, tignan natin ang ating in-game trivia brought to us by Daily Fantasy. This time, ang ating tanong, sino ang best player of the conference noong President's Cup 2024? Binigyan na kita ng clue kanina,
Oo.
Chicky.
Alam ko, Cebuano to eh. Tama ba ako, Cebuano, no?
Believe so?
WM ang initial.
Na-meet natin siya kanina, if you recall, Chicky, in the previous game.
Oo.
One of our fans was actually named after the best player of the conference back in 2020.
Malupit yung fan na yun, ha? Hindi pa na itatanong, alam na yun.
Yep.
Sagot.
Ganun ka, ano talaga mga Pilipinas Super League fans natin, Chicky. So we see Alonzo hit on that bonus free throw. That's a better start here para sa Pure Blends. To cut the lead down to 10.
Again, the story in the first quarter, partner defense on the side of San Juan, getting a lot of steals, forcing turnovers, limiting their own turnovers, scoring off those turnovers. Tapos may fast break attempts pa sila na nag-aambag kung ba't lamang sila ngayon ng 13 ulit.
As Pure Blends turn it over once again. Ubalde! What a welcome surprise para San Juan dahil pag nakakuha ka ng points dito nga kay Ubalde, those hustle plays being rewarded running down the floor.
If your big guy runs, feed him the bone.
6 points para kay Ubalde. Unable to answer was Onteco.
Now, this might be a bright spot here for Pure Blends. The insertion of J.R. Alabanza. A legit rim protector. But check that out. Off a turnover, getting that ball, run the floor. Ubalde finishing with the layup. That's another basket off a turnover.
Chalk up another assist para sa Kings. Make that 12 assists now in the contest. Denison in for the first time para sa San Juan. Go to the corner, Wamar. His pass almost stolen by Alabanza.
And I mentioned that right before he came in. Alabanza, known to be a good defender, knows how to read. Almost getting that steal.
Kalisaan checks back in for the San Juan Kings. Shot clock already only at 6. Trying to look inside, they find Paundo. He will be blocked. Yarena getting the pick from JR. Ooh, able to find a way for that too. Lead sila 13, 30-17. Wamar bounces it to Paundo. Short stab. Almost gets the roll. Battle for the board. It will stay with San Juan.
Breaks of the game talaga, no? Ang ganda na nung box out, nung pag-protect ng paint ni Alonso. But it still bounced off his foot.
Kasama rin talaga sa laro, Chiki.
Oo.
50-50.
But sabi nga nila, di ba, ano yan eh, something has got to give. At one point, papanig din sa'yo yung breaks eh.
As Denison caught holding on against Alanes.
Oh, it'll be tough for Denison to put the cuffs on Alanis. Because Shaq is the type of player who can fabricate different shots.
Alonzo. Let go inside. JR. Shot too strong.
It's almost a bucket there for the rim protector.
Wamar, his pass. Able to be contained by Paundo. Takbo tayo sa kabila. Alonso. Sorry, miss. Para sa Pure Blends.
And he was undecisive, no? Kung ano ba, ile-layup ko, i-jump shot ko, i-floater ko.
Gagamitin ko ba yung board? Paundo once again.
I think in those opportunities, when in doubt, go strong.
Tubo mo na lang.
Kung mapalpal ka, di mapalpal ka, so be it. Kesa naman yung nag-hesitate ka. And you end up not giving yourself a legit chance of making the basket. Diba? Kasi tinan mo, may slight beaten eh. While he already had a clear access for a right-handed layup. But then again, easier said than done. If you know that you're down by 13, di ba? Oo, dalawa kayo, pero alanganin yung pwesto.
Yung pang timing din, no?
Oo, isa pa yun.
Denison. Goes to Kalisan. Wide open underneath.
That's what you call being patient and looking for that guy in the most uncomfortable position, pero ironically, pinaka-open. Kasi hindi madaling mahanap ang player sa ilalim ng ring eh. Lalo na pag ganyan kalalaki yung kalaban mo, di ba?
Baga natatakpan din naman sila.
Oh. Pero even if it's uncomfortable, yung pwesto ni Kalisaan, look at that. Open, ready for that reverse.
Assist number 14 and counting para sa San Juan Kings.
Kasi pinaka pwedeng escape mo, ang dali ipasa sa kaliwat kanan eh.
And let's escape over to Maris for reports. Maris?
Chiki and Jaime, for the block fox, James Martinez, since late na buong kanilang team, they struggle to find the team's rhythm. The goal is to take it one step at a time. Every possession matters, that's why they need to protect the ball at all costs. Sabi nga ni Coach, they need to execute a good defense para ma-stop ang mga bigs ng kalaban. That's why they are off to a bad start. They also need to execute their plays na nangangailangan talaga ng collective effort. Chiki and Jaime.
Salamat muli, Maris and Chiki. Also, turnovers would be an area of concern here para sa Pure Blends.
Oh,
Already
you're
10
right.
so far in this game.
Oh, you're right. Look at that, 10 turnovers already for Pure Blends. Habang sa kabila, they've limited it. San Juan has limited it to 6. Again, for those of you who do not know, yung mga teams, whether sa pros nga, no, ang 20, malaki na eh. Diba? So, sa gantong level, 20 is huge. But if you get to limit it to what, 4 per quarter, under 20, that's fine. But look at this, we're not yet even halfway through the second. Ang Pure Blends may 10 na.
Talagang mahihirapan. Naghahabol ka na nga against San Juan. And you are still coughing the ball up. Although they do cause that turnover. Martinez back in the ball game. Alabanza. Now Alonso. So 12 on the shot clock. Martinez against Wamar. 1 and 2 sa ating assists department in President's Cup 2025. Another turnover para sa Pure Blends. Kalisaan. Floats it up and in.
Extra painful. You don't get to score. You don't get to have an attempt. You go back down low sa kabila and then Kalisaan making it look easy with that floater.
16-9 na habol dito ng Pure Blends. Alabanza finally able to get a bucket para sa Pure Blends.
I mentioned that breath of fresh air there. Somebody who can be activated offensively and defensively is Gerald Labanza.
Although he will be called for a foul against Faundo. His first personal. Gandang hanap din from Alonzo there.
So check this out. 11 turnovers for Pure Blends, di ba? Tapos ang points of turnovers ng San Juan, 11. So it's as if to say half of those turnovers nakaka-convert yung Kings. How? Fast break. They're not really holding back. They're getting that ball, they're pushing it. We've seen Obalde score. We've seen the guard score.
Alam rin ng San Juan how to punish you whenever you do turn that ball over. So it's not just you not taking care of that basketball, pero yung mabubuksan mo ang oportunidad para dito sa San Juan.
And if you're on the side of Pure Blends, we have 5.5 remaining in the second period. You're down by 15. Wala namang 15-point shot eh. Diba? Pwede mo unti-untiin, have a target, probably cut it down to 9. Diba? Or even 8. At the end of the second, then you have a different ball game entering the third.
Making matters worse, another turnover para sa Pure Blends. This time, a 24-second shot clock violation. It has been piling up. Make that turnover number 12 now. Wamar, directing traffic para sa San Juan. Finds an opening. Kick out, Kalisaan. Gets to the lane, drop pass. Wamar, still 7 to shoot. Fading away. And gets that jumper to go.
And look at that. It was a broken play already. I think it was almost a case of overpassing. But if you have a steady point guard in Orland, gagawa ng paraan yan.
Open. Alonzo. Short. Tapikan. Ooh. Collision there between Wamar and Descosio trying to hustle for that rebound.
Magkaibigan naman yan eh.
Pero tingnan mo naman si Wamar, no? Parang hindi siya nabangga ni Wawi.
Ubilag.
Okay.
Para hindi mapuruhan.
Corner of his eye, no? Nakita na niya parating si Wawi Escosio. Made a business decision.
A good business decision.
The ball will stay with Pure Blends. Alonzo against Kalisaan. Pulling up. Short. Gets his own miss. Finishes off the window.
That's a lucky break there because it was almost a botched possession.
Another case of ano, no? Alam mo kung saan mahuhulog if ikaw ang tumira.
Ikaw lang naman makakatrack niyan eh. Now Wamar was pleading, look at me. Diba pa? Sayang, opportunity yun. That's an open space there.
Si Wamar apologizing to his bench of that turnover. Still a 15-point lead, 37-22, approaching the 4-minute mark dito sa ating second. Martinez goes to Castillo. Baba na naman ang shot clock, this time at 8. Napes will try from beyond the arc. Hits back iron. Escosio gonna hit on the putback. Second serving will be fouled. 2 free throws coming up para kay Wawi.
He needs all the help. Wawi can't just keep on getting those offensive boards. You know, those people who could shoot it from the outside. Let's talk about Martinez, Napes. Otherwise, pag hindi sila tumama sa labas, that interior will become more clogged as we go deep into the game.
I like how you say, Chicky, more clogged eh. Kasi, yun nga,
Masikip na
ang
siya
sikip na ngayon
eh. Tapos, hindi ka patatama sa labas. Ano gagawin ng depensa? They'll tempt you. Go.
sige lang.
Because for as long as you're missing, then we're good.
No adjustments need to be made. 37-23. Abante pa rin ng San Juan, Kalisaan. Denison, siya naman ang susubok. And he gets a version of a 3. Iniwan pa.
He has that. Ron has always had that shot.
Martinez trying to challenge Denison. Gets trapped. Alonzo thought about the 3. Goes to Napes. Couldn't hit from outside. Loose ball foul. Be called against the Kings. So great hustle there from Alonzo. That will be 2 free throws para sa kanya.
Now, I put myself at risk here for sounding like a broken record. But if you always opt to go for the ball screen early in your possession, minsan nangyayari, yung tatlong naiiwan becomes stagnant. Diba? Kasi ang dating sa kanila, okay, bail-out shot na tayo, you're going ball screen, and then sometimes they end up watching what happens. Buti sana kung everybody crashes down to get that rebound. But you can't blame them. You're looking for an immediate cure. Which, wala naman eh. Walang 15-point shot eh.
Baga sa two-man game, masyado naman naging literally two-man game. Gamboa. Penetrates. Nice pass from Kalisaan. Tennyson gets another 3. Back-to-back threes para kay Ron.
That's what you do. You find the guy who just hit a 3, make him take it again. Diba? Because that percentage is definitely higher for a person who just converted on the shot.
5 out of 8 para sa San Juan Kings from beyond the arc to begin this ball game. Nagpapaulan nga ngayong gabi ang San Juan Kings up by 18, 43-25. San Juan at 43, Pure Blends at 25, 18-point lead para sa San Juan Kings. And coming off that loss against the Jensen Warriors, Chicky, talagang may statement din na gustong buuin itong San Juan coming off that loss.
Mahirap talaga pag nanggaling sa talo isang magaling na koponan because they will definitely make their presence felt in the next game, you know.
Fortunately for Pure Blends, yun nga, sila yung sunod na nakatapat after that tough loss. Nakikita mo yung energy at the beginning of this contest from the tip. Kitang-kita para dito sa San Juan. Napes will try once again. Still no go.
Now, Kylo went for that fake, hoping that there's movement inside. Wala, so he had to take the shot again.
Another pass underneath. Big-to-big action. Agovida with an end one. Lumobo na dito Kalamangan, Chicky. Now 20 points, the biggest so far para sa San Juan.
And always, no, if you find it difficult to shoot from your side of the court, tapos sa kabila, parang ang dali ng basketball, it adds to your woes. Diba? It adds to the weight on your shoulders.
Parang pahirap ng pahirap yung laro.
Oo, at parang pinagtatakloban yung ring nyo.
Under 2 minutes remaining, Martinez able to fish for that foul. That's really how smart itong si James Martinez plays.
So 156, you're down by 20. Obviously, a comeback here in the second period will not happen. But looking at the possessions, may mga 4 na possessions to, 4-5 possessions left here. All right. If you get to have 3 of those 5 possessions, convert on those 3, minimum of 2 points each, and then put a good stand on defense, that'll be down to 14.
Pira-pirasuhin nila itong
Unti-untiin
kanilang
lang,
objectives. It starts with a stop. Agovida will get the roll against Escocio.
Pero tira mo, di ba? Yung spacing ng defense ng White Shirts, they're already spreading out dahil maraming shooters. So giving Agovida a lot of real estate to operate inside.
Kung gaano ka-clogged para dito sa White Shirts, gano'n naman kaluwag para dito sa San Juan Kings. Escocio gets another try, muscling his way through.
Good connection there. Napes looking for the big fellow, rewarding him underneath.
Still an 18-point lead. Minute and 15 remaining sa ating first half of action. So Soriano faking out Wowie and missing on that gimme. Alfonso goes to Martinez. Napes muli. Hand off to Escocio. Against two defenders, no problem, says Wowie.
I am a fan of the short passes, interior passes of big guys. I've seen that preached by Coach Koy Manal when we were with the Marinero Filipino skippers in the D-League. If you have able big guys like a Kyle Napes and a Wowie Escocio who could move and stomp their authority inside, ang ganda yun. Not to mention, kunyari, si J.R. Alabanza nasa loob pa. Could be an integral part of that short passing.
Yeah, something that maybe they could try out in the second half. Tingnan natin if magkiklik yung combination na yun. But lead now at 15. So ito nga hinahanap mo sa kanila, Chicky. Try to piece by piece, point by point, trim this lead down. Off on that attempt for 3, but third opportunity para sa San Juan. Galinato couldn't hit off the glass. Another opportunity, fourth for the blue shirts. Gamboa, bit awkward on that attack. Did pass it off. So that will be team foul number 4. No free throws just yet for the Kings.
How many tries? 4 tries? Why? Escocio jumping, Napes jumping, even Castillo jumping, but the others just looking. So they really have to track that ball down.
Still a 15-point lead para sa San Juan. Timeout muna tayo dito with 17.6 remaining in our first half. Silipin muna natin muli ang ating team standings where San Juan Kings and Pure Blends find themselves. Sabi mo nga itong Pure Blends would want to have a chance to at least secure that 3, 4, 5, 6 slot para at least may twice to beat heading into the next stage.
Kasi siksikan pa eh. Diba in the 3, 4, 5, 6 eh. Even if you're in the 7, 8, 9, and 10, you have a legit chance of even hitting 5 and 6. So why not try it, diba?
4 seconds to shoot. Ooh, dipsy-do from Gamboa. Couldn't convert though. Sa bandal. Shot didn't go off in time. So 24-second violation para dito sa Kings. So another stop para dito sa Pure Blends. Only 2.8 seconds remaining. Escocio. Football pass. Ooh, that foul will hurt. If it would be called against Mabigat, that will mean free throws for AC.
So was it Mabigat holding on to AC, no?
It does seem to be that way. Pero offensive foul lang tinawag.
So walang free throws, okay.
That's a break para dito sa Pure Blends.
But a few minutes ago, we were saying, couple of stops. No 20-point shot. Diba? 4, 5 possessions. Own 2 to 3 of those 5 possessions. Down by 15. Now you have something positive to bring to the dugout if you're Pure Blends.
Mapaghuhugutan ka on what worked for you in the last minute and a half of this second quarter that has allowed you to come within 15. Let's take another look at this pass from AC to Ubalde. Our move off the half, rewarding your big man. One of the 20 assists that the San Juan Kings had here in our first half. And at the end of the second, it's 47-32. Abante ng 15 ang Kings.
Magandang gabi po ulit mga ka-PSL. Again, when I say Pilipinas, balikan nyo po ng Super League. Ulit, pag sinabi kong Pilipinas, babalikan nyo ng Super League. Pilipinas! Nako, medyo parang antok na ang ating FILOIL Center. Ulitin natin. When I say Pilipinas, sundan nyo po ng Super League. Pilipinas! Ayun, gising na gising ang ating mga ka-PSL dito sa ating FILOIL ECOOIL Center. And mahal na mahal kayo ng PSL, meron po ulit tayong mga pa-activities, of course, brought to you by Daily Fantasy, one of the sponsors of Pilipinas Super League. And for our first activity, of course, yung parang kanina lang, our free throw shootout. Na again, dalawa po, or rather tatlo po, ang pwedeng manalo ng loot bag from Daily Fantasy again. So, again, kung gusto nyo po, babae, lalaki, matanda, bata, kahit sino ka pa, pwede kang sumali. Kaya tara na po, dito po tayo sa free throw line. Again, tatlo lamang po ang pwedeng manalo. So sabi nga nila, huwag niyong sasayangin ang opportunity na binibigay sa inyo. Again, only one shot. One shot lang po yan.
Tatlo, tapos meron kami isang pumila.
Okay. In 3, in 2, and in 1, let's go! Nako, medyo mataas yun ah. Tingnan natin kung may makakakuha agad yun naman, kulang naman yun. Ito, kulang din. Again, tatlo lang po ang pwedeng manalo. Again, that is brought to you by Daily Fantasy, one of the sponsors of our Philippines Super League. Iyon, off the backboard pa. Itong si Kuya, appear tayo dyan. Iyon, oh. Biruin mo, nanood ka lang. Meron ka ng cup, tsaka shirt, tsaka baller galing Daily Fantasy. Iyon lang, in and out. Okay, so far, dalawa pa lang po ang nanalo. Tama ba? Isa pa lang ba? Dalawa? Isa pa lang po ang nanalo. So pwede pa po ang dalawa ang sumali. Ayun, dalawa na. Off the ring ulit. Appear naman tayo dyan, Brad. Yun, oh. Mga chikiting pa ang nanalo. Alright, one more shot for one more winner. Again, a chance to win a loot bag coming from Daily Fantasy. And yun na nga. Mga batang San Juan ata to. Mga batang San Juan ba kayo? Pero nga dyan. Yun, oh. Thank you very much sa mga sumali. And meron pa po tayo isang laro. Pero this time, iba naman po ang prize natin. Of course, that's courtesy of San Juan Kings head coach, Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Thank you very much po ulit. And for our prize, 10 po ang pwedeng manalo. Tama po ba yun? 10 ang pwede po manalo. Kaso, tama po ba yun? 10 po ang pwede manalo. Ayun, ng 2 kilong bigas if hindi po nagkakamali. Again, courtesy of Senator Jinggoy Estrada, head coach of the San Juan Kings. Thank you very much, Bullet. Again, 10 winners will be selected, but this time, 3 points naman po. Again, 10 winners. Let's see kung may makakashoot agad, yun lang. Kung kanina, free throw ngayon. 3 points naman, of course, medyo mas mahirap. Pero yun, napakalayo nun. Nako, may lumalapit. Pwede pala yun. Siyempre, pagbata, pwede.
Hawak ko ang laro. Hawak ko ang laro.
Hey, Hoop fans, welcome to the President's Cup Top 10 Plays of the Week. Let's dive straight into the action, starting with number 10.
Shot clock at 3. It's 2. Oh!
Great
Nice
patience.
shots.
Great patience.
Soriano with a field goal downstairs, 57-45. This is the largest lead of the game at 12 points.
At number 9.
Slam with the best of them.
Ooh, sweet drive. Coming from Panganiban.
Hindi ko Panganiban. It's just, again, very underrated. Tahimik lang nilaro niya. But
Top 8.
Lopez has to roll. He keeps on popping out.
Blocked inside. Cyrus Tabi with a gorgeous slow motion drive.
Pag left-handed talaga sa dito.
Hirap.
Something very deceptive about how they move.
Making it on 7.
Knock down to 5. Alam kaya niya. Down to 3. What a way to fabricate something. Tapos yung shot lock mo pababa na.
It's the patience for Joel Liu. Again, not good.
Sliding into number 6.
Nice, beautiful fake by KG going glass. That was a veteran move. Vintage.
KG Canaleta.
Ang hirap i-stop nun. Kasi ang lakad eh.
Through at number 5.
Kenny Rogers. He is foul. Basket will count. Will they count it or not? They're asking a continuation, but they will not give him the continuation.
Foul was on the floor first.
Cracking into the top 4.
This last season that went to the finals were defeated by the Quezon Titans, and Taganas will score.
Taganas running the fast break.
He still can run. That's why he's an immortal player.
Ito na, Sandy, pinag-usapan.
Podium time at number 3.
Velasco spins with the extra step. Nice move by Velasco.
Great read by Velasco, but no safeties for the Diamonds.
Did it easy for 3.
At number 2.
One and done in that offensive sequence. Pagsangan releases it. Oh my goodness! Josejo with a throwdown. Happy New Year!
Oh my goodness! Maaga pa, not Josejo.
And look at that, he's smiling. Why not?
The tomahawk! Early in the game.
And the top play of the week.
Mundo ba siguro, no?
A great cut by Harvey.
Ow! My goodness gracious!
He earned that pick. I just have to say that he earned that pick.
Can we see that again, please? Direct. Ayan na. Wow, nobody boxed him out. And
That's a wrap for our top 10 plays of the week. Stay tuned for more basketball brilliance. And until next time, keep the hoop spirit alive.
At the half, it's 47-32. San Juan Kings go for gold, up by 15 against Pure Blends. Silipin natin mga highlights in our first 2 quarters of action. It was an early start para dito sa San Juan Kings. Chicky, maaga silang umalagwa rito, building on that 13-point advantage at the end of the first. But a better outing para sa Pure Blends in that second quarter. Mas nakasabay sila, and tulad nga ng nabanggit mo, napira-piraso nila yung malaking kalamangan, which was once at 20. Able to trim it down to 15 heading into our second half.
Let's start with the blue shirts. Point distribution, highest scorer with only 7 points. Ang ganda ng pag-aambag ng lahat. Ano? They're running the floor well. They're getting those steals. Sa kabila, yes, you're down by 15, but resiliency kahit papano ng second quarter, having that, owning that final 2-3 minutes. But look at the numbers here. On one side, if you shoot 57% from the floor, you're off to a good start, obviously. 3-point shots, not the friend of Pure Blends here. Points off turnovers. Dito tayo mag-hype ng konti. 13 points off turnovers, capitalizing on what? The 13 turnovers of Pure Blends. So, that's the story so far in the first 20 minutes.
alagaan mo ang bola talaga. Ang
You have
magiging tema dito para dito sa Pure Blends. So take a look at the leading scorer para sa San Juan Kings so far, Michael Calisaan. Sama mo na rin na 6 rebounds sa kanyang 7 points and 2 assists, dictating the tempo early. Doon pa lang sa first quarter, nagparamdam na kagad itong si Calisaan. Ito naman sa kabila, a fellow big man in Wawi Escocio. 8 points, 5 rebounds, and a couple of assists. Pero yung scoring, medyo struggle pa para sa ibang players ng Pure Blends.
Now both players playing for a total of about 12 of the 20 minutes. Iba eh. Escocio is a person who will stay in the middle, protect that turf. Calisaan, Mike, is more of a very active big guy. Diba, can move around. And Wawi needs help. We saw that earlier from Kyle Napes, feeding him. But people like Shaq Alanes, James Martinez, they have to help in putting that ball inside the hoop.
Let's see if their offense will be able to click dito sa ating second half. Dahil 0 out of 11, you pointed out nga kanina, Chicky, yung shooting ng Pure Blends from beyond the arc. Kung kaya napakasikip ng ilalim for their big man to operate.
Look, Martinez only has 5 points. All right? 3 free throws, perfect from the line, 1 field goal. But Shaq Alanes in 8 minutes, 0 for 3. Has yet to score in this match.
Averaging almost 10 points a contest in their first 4 assignments so far. Itong si Shaq Alanes. Pero nga, let's see if his offense will get going here in the third. 4K gets it to Wamar. Open for this 3. Knocks it down. Another 3-point conversion for the Kings.
Well executed. Shooter coming from the baseline, going up, catching it. Rhythm 3. Wamar adds up to their lead.
Make that 6 out of 11 now for the Kings. An early 5-0 blast para San Juan with not even 30 seconds gone by dito sa ating third period.
And that will be the 14th turnover there of Pure Blends.
Sabi mo yung tema, the points of turnovers here for San Juan rather, taking advantage of those turnovers para sa Pure Blends. Doon talaga sila nakakaalagwa because just like that, 20 na naman yung kalamangan.
Exactly.
Alanes. Naulya rin, ha? And that another turnover. So a bit sloppy to begin this third are the Pure Blends.
Remember the report of Maurice earlier. The struggle with Pure Blends is yung number of practices, diba, of being together, of trying to find that right combination versus a team who has been consistently playing, practicing, and winning. Hirap yun, ha? Mahirap. Mahirap kalabanin yun.
Dagdagan mo pa na nasa FILOIL ECOOIL Center tayo.
Home court.
This is their home court. Very much familiar with this basketball court. As Galinato gets it to Alforque. Don't look now. A 25-point lead now para San Juan Kings. 10-0 run to begin the third. Timeout na maaga ang Pure Blends. It's 57-32, a 25-point lead para San Juan Kings go for gold in this third quarter. At 10-0 blast ang binitawan nila as Pure Blends. Mukhang nagulat dito for our first almost minute and a half pa lamang. And maagang napatimeout itong Pure Blends. Trying to stop the bleeding as Martinez will misfire from outside. Able to keep it alive is Alabanza. Martinez this time decides to attack and finishes with a lift.
That would be a plus, diba, for James Martinez after scoring only 5 points in the first half.
Kailangan na nga itong opensa ni James, wherever it can come from para sa Pure Blends. Samantala, dito naman sa San Juan, all cylinders firing as Agovida scores on another bucket.
That's a problem if you're going up against a team who has found its rhythm. Na ang dating sa kanila, di ba, yung ano to, street lingo eh. Yung ring nagbubukang batsana. Na kahit anong bato mo, it just goes in.
Everyone has all the confidence in the world. Biglang mabibigyan ka pa ng mga ganong klaseng play. Cheeky.
That was a bullet type of alley-oop.
Make that assist number 25 now for the San Juan Kings out of 25 field goals.
One more department that led to this lead by San Juan, fast break points. 12 against nothing.
Behind the back to Agovida. No let up dito sa San Juan Kings, Shiki.
Oh, this balloon to 29.
Almost another turnover para sa Pure Blends, but Wamar will be whistled for a personal.
Smile na lang si Orlan.
Pretty much all you could do. Hindi mo naman siya masisi. So we head over to Maris Victoria for a report. Maris?
Chiki and Jaime, for Pure Blends, hindi lahat ng araw swerte. Pero nasa sa iyo kung lalaban ka hanggang sa huli. Ang main adjustment nila coming from the first half ay rebound. Tanong nga ni Coach, bakit kayo nahihiya tapikin ang bola? And you know, as the game progress, paunti-unti na nade-develop ang kanilang chemistry. What do you think, Chiki and Jaime?
Well, thank you there, Maris, because we were talking about that, Jaime, that we saw Escocio, we saw Kyle Napes, Gerald Abanza working to keep that ball alive. But the other players were waiting for that ball to land on their laps. But sabi nga ni Coach, tapikin nyo. Get that ball.
Bakit ba kayo nahihiya?
Oo. And this huge of a deficit, Jaime, I would always hear coaches, don't look at the scoreboard. Let's play for every possession. Let's play for every point. Kahit man lang doon sa possession na yon, quote-unquote, nanalo tayo, di ba? That says a lot about the character of the player. So, of course, I will say it like a broken record. Easier said than done. You're down by 27 points. But doon nga lalabas yung winning attitude, yung resiliency.
More than the score, yung attitude mo despite being down this big.
Yes, you play for every possession. Okay, I'm down by 30. I'm not going to look at that. The next time I go down the floor, I have that ball. It's our turn to shoot. I'm going to work hard for it. I don't get to score. I go back on defense. I get that ball again.
And we saw how momentum really plays a huge part in terms of yung mga streak na nabubuo dito sa ating young season. Like the Jensen Warriors in the game earlier. Yung confidence that they got from that overtime win against the Kings. Nakita mo yung kumpiyansa nila against Pangasinan. Bit-bit nila. So if ikaw naman itong Pure Blends, hahanap ka rin talaga ng ano bang pwede mong bit-bitin to your next assignments.
I will have to use as an example Japanese teams. Okay, regardless of whether they're up or down, they play the same way. Up to the final buzzer.
Speaking of playing the same way, the Kings is still looking to execute yet another assist and lead now up to 26. Napes back in the ball game, turns it over as Denison gets it ahead to Wamar. Kalisan once again.
You're already at the point that you can't seem to make any mistake, diba? Or mistakes. And yung nangyari sa naman yan eh. Wamar is doing an awesome job in distributing that ball. Tapos sa kabila, they fall into the trap of playing one-on-one.
Tama ka eh. Trap yan eh. Kasi yun nga, when you're down big, you feel like everybody wants to be that hero na agaran nating makuha yung...
Nothing wrong with that, diba? You want to contribute, you want to help, you want to start something, spark something. But it more often than not, it will backfire if you do it alone. Because sa blue shirts, what we're witnessing right now, it's a collective effort. Collective effort yan.
Yeah, really very unselfish the way that San Juan Kings is playing. 71-41, now a 30-point lead for the boys in blue.
Now, if you look at how San Juan is playing right now in this possession, don't look at the score. You'll feel as if they're the ones trying to mount a rally. Diba? Kasi lamang ka ng 30. Pero kung magbantay ka, parang ayaw mong pahingahin yung kalaban mo. I call it the 12 o'clock shadow eh. Yung, you're one with your player that you're defending.
That's how in sync, no? Itong talagang San Juan Kings. And even their coaching staff in that free throw by James Martinez, nagbibigay din pa talaga ng reminders, trying to get those pointers out to their players on what they have to do in their defensive sets.
Now, silver lining. Let's go James Martinez. After scoring 5 points, may 9 points na siya, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Something you can build on. But looking at the clock, if you're the side of Pure Blends, technically speaking, you have 14 minutes left to mount something. Is it mathematically possible? Yes. Is it highly probable? Not so much.
This might get them going. The Arena able to get one of the very few fast break points in Pure Blends. (71-44), under 4 minutes remaining dito sa ating third period. Denison goes to AC. Inigot nila sa bandal. Extra pass, Soberano from the corner, off.
So that 2-2-1 defense by the white shirt actually worked. Actually worked because all the shooters had somebody guarding them.
Denison says, let's slow it down. Sa bandal. Two-man game with Ubalde. Goes to Ron. The foul inside will be whistled against Onteco. Oh, it would be Alonzo rather. You like to see this, Chicky, na despite this huge deficit, hindi rin hinahayaan lang ng Pure Blends. They're trying to make a case for their plays.
Nandun yung energy, di ba? Nandun yung drive to try to put that ball in the hoop. But as I mentioned earlier, you cannot do it mano-imano. One-on-one, pagbaba mo. Hindi pa pwedeng dalawa lang kayo, ball screen, di ba? It's really trying to involve the others, put them in a nice scoring position. And then, admittedly, it will fall on the shoulders of the guards. How do you set up people like Onteco, di ba? Kyle Lopez. These guys are not really your centers.
Si Alonzo nga ang nagtitimon dito. Onteco. Ollanera. Alanes, 2 seconds to shoot, stepping back. Short on the 3. Sa bandal, goes to Denison. The ball hits our referee, so it will go back to the Pure Blends. Our warning method here against the bench of Pure Blends.
Siyempre, sign of frustration. Diba? But that's a good call there by the ref. He will always be part of the court.
Llanera gets it to Onteco for 3.
Now, tina mo yun, Jaime. Alright? It wasn't a conversion, but you involved a different player. Might not be the best spot for him to take a shot, but still, diba, nagkaroon ng opportunity to try.
In terms of outcome of that offensive possession, you take those small wins somehow.
Oo. Kasi right now, what you want to happen is not really to have to overhaul this quickly, but what would be those bright spots, silver lining that you can talk about when you go back to the drawing board tomorrow? Should this game not go the way of Pure Blends, diba? Sabihin natin another loss, they go back to the drawing board. The last thing you want is to talk about anong mali natin palagi, di ba? Oo, ipo-point out yan ng coaches, but gusto mo, after ma-point out yung shortcomings, teka lang, Lalo man, nung 3-minute mark of this quarter, we were able to do this. So, the players will have something to chew on, to digest, and say, oh nga, no, we can still compete.
Do more of this, you know, less of that.
Kasi-
May mapangahawakan ka na, you know, maybe you go on a 5-0 run. And that's kind of something you review at the end of the contest.
Kasi partner, real talk ha, tira mo, 30-point lead. Let's say it stays this way up until we enter the fourth quarter. That's 10 minutes. Let's go 2 possessions per minute. So 10 possessions per team. Ibig sabihin nun, kinakailangan maka 3 points ka at least every possession mo. Kung pure blends ka, para lang maaabot mo yung 30.
And get a stop at the other end.
Na hindi sila makakashoot. Which is likely impossible. Diba?
Sabi mo nga, kung probable lang usapan, medyo malabo.
Oo.
Mathematically possible?
But
Certainly.
highly improbable. Pero kung nandun ka na sa acceptance na yun, will you just fold? No. And we're seeing it. They're trying to compete. Kyle Napes, I've always known this guy. Regardless of the score, he will compete. He will try to battle. Diba? I like what I'm seeing from Alonso. Llanera is trying to put the fight in there. Now it has to rub off to the rest.
Alonso knocks down both free throws.
Alam mo, isa pang player na hindi sumusuko pag ipasok mo dito. I'd like to believe also Gerald Labanza.
Not in the ball game though so far para sa Pure Blends. Look at the defense here. Causing trouble para kay Gamboa. Better activity para dito sa Pure Blends. Sabi mo nga yung laban na gusto mong makita para dito sa Pure Blends.
So who was leading that? Or who were you got Villarena and sino pa
Alonso,
isa?
I believe.
Alonso. Diba?
Yung energy na yan. Gusto mo nga na mahawa kayo kahit papano. Shakalanes will be fouled by Denison and that will mean free throws.
So, kung yung dalawang yon ang nag-lead ng depensa para makuha yung ball, if you're the part of Teco, Napes, Alanes, kahiyaan naman. Kayo naman, sa opensa, hindi ko sasayangin yung possession na tinrabaho din yung dalawa. I would remember a coach of mine would say, four people went into the trouble for you to get that ball. Diba? Ikaw yung scorer. Make sure naman that you have a decent attempt.
And that's the least you could do.
Diba? And if not, go back on defense. Do your part.
Gamboa goes to Soberano. Extra pass. Denison open from the corner. That's off. Alonso almost getting that board, but it will still go back to Pure Blends.
Tracking that ball. Undersized. Diba? But still winning that rebounding battle against Gamboa.
Pure Blends actually winning the rebounding battle altogether. 29-25.
See?
Alonso though coming up short. So still no 3-pointers para sa Pure Blends. 0 out of 15.
And so that's so ironic. If you have a Shaq, if you have a James Martinez, diba? And even throw in the name of Alfonso, who could shoot it from the outside. But it speaks volumes about how San Juan is respecting yung shooting capability of the names that I mentioned. Kasi si James, may 9 points, tama. Pero what, more than half of those? Drive to the basket, hindi talaga sa labas.
And knowing where these players could hurt you.
Oo. Diba? Sige na. Dumos puntos ka na. At least, hindi kita papainitin from the outside.
Lanes against Gamboa. Missing on that layup. Still 4 seconds remaining. Gamboa puts it up.
Ooh! Almost.
Kind of tells you how it has been all throughout this ball game para San Juan Kings go for gold. Now a 29-point advantage, 77-48 at the end of 3.
Mga PSL fans, meron po tayong one last daily fantasy trivia question and game. Kasama po natin si
Si Wade po.
Alright, paring Sian, ito ang tanong ko sa iyo, mabilis lang naman at madali lang naman of course. Sino ang ating 2024 President's Cup champions?
Quezon Titans po.
Sure ka ba dyan, paring Sian? Sure ka ba dyan? Kapag sure ka, sigaw mo ulit yung sagot mo.
Sure po.
Sigaw mo yung sagot mo.
Quezon Titan.
Alright, tama ba? Tama nga. Quezon Titans po ang nanalo ng championship sa ating last season President's Cup. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Sian. At dahil tama ka, meron kang loot bag courtesy of Daily Fantasy, one of the sponsors of our Pilipinas Super League. Maraming salamat, Sian. At magbabalik po ang Pilipinas Super League. Dito, Pinoy ang bida.
Hawak ko ang laro.
On to the final 10 minutes of action in our third game sa ating triple header ngayong Biyernes. Still coming to you live from the FILOIL ECOOIL Center. Jaime Mendihar together with Chiqui Reyes. Alongside Maris Victoria bringing the reaction as Monteco scores on that face-up jumper para sa Pure Blends. Still a 27-point lead. Pero nga, you're just trying to take the positives if you are Pure Blends.
Now, yung based on our tournament format, if there's a tie between two teams, winner over the other. 3 or more quotient system. You're the side of Pure Blends, okay? Pwede magkaroon ng log jam if you want to make it 3-10, di ba? The last thing you want is to play carelessly and let this balloon into a big lead because baka magkasingilan later on. Diba?
Babalikan mo yung laro na bumitaw ka ng tuluyan na hindi pa tapos yung laro.
Flip side, San Juan, may talo na sila. Magkaroon ng tie to get sino bang top 2, top 3. Quotient system can also come into play.
Meanwhile, we have another in-game trivia brought to us by Daily Fantasy. Ang tanong natin, sino ang current commissioner ng President's Cup 2025? I-type nyo po ang correct answer sa ating comment box to get 100 Daily Fantasy coins. One lucky winner will be announced during this game. So whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, sagot na po. So sino ang ating Pilipinas Super League commissioner? And I'm pretty sure we are very much familiar.
Clue!
Na-cover mo na yan?
Clue.
Nung naglalaro pa siya?
Aray ko, di pa na.
Grabe naman yun.
Wala na yata, wala na. G-E.
GE.
Diba?
Parang yung ref mo sa bahay.
Oo, yan ang initials. Naglaro sa PBA team na Santa Lucia.
The Realtors, yes.
Magaling pumasa. Pero maliban dyan, legit scorer. Oh.
And word on the street is, cool na cool daw. Itong commissioner na
In
to.
fact, yun yata yung moniker niya.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Go!
So drop those comments down and you just might be the lucky winner of 100 Daily Fantasy coins na magagamit nyo po sa Daily Fantasy, playdailyfantasy.com. Viloria played excellent in that first half. Stepping back. Off to the left. Snapes. Got hit from behind. No whistle.
But look at San Juan. Quick on going down on transition defense in spite of a 29-point lead.
Sabi mo nga, flip side, right? So, hindi rin man na magpapaulit tong San Juan Kings to build bad habits na mabibit-bit mo rin in your future assignments.
And I won't be surprised kung merong additional incentive yan, ano? I've worked with other teams, either apart from bonus sa mga won games, may mga incentives yan. O, pag panalo tayo by ganito, may extra yan, di ba? It can be a treat, it can be a practice na iso-shorten. I mean, things that could wire up your players.
Para lang din hindi nga mag-waver yung kanilang focus, their energy. Soriano was fouled. 2 free throws coming up for the Kings. So you like the resilience din itong San Juan Kings, right? Despite that loss against the Jensen Warriors in overtime. Yung recovery, I would say, and the tempo that they set nung umpisa pa lang talaga. No? They really wanted to make sure that, you know what, Pure Blends, this is not the evening.
Pag may winning pedigree ka, yung ganyang mga setbacks, ang dali mong kalimutan eh. Tapos move on. Di ba? Dahil alam mo na you got caught waking up on the wrong side of the bed probably. At dahil may winning tradition kayo, alam mo that you could bounce back and get back on track.
As Omar hits on another three-pointer, make that the 8th three-pointer para sa San Juan Kings. 8 of 19 from beyond the arc. Pag shooting, yung kanilang field goal shooting, ridiculous na at 57%. Their three-point shooting, almost at 40 now. Still has that pep in their step as Viloria throws it away. Yarena.
And he quickly apologizes to the bench. Now look at that. Agovida going back. Sa iba yun. Okay, labang tayo ng 31. Hintayin ko na lang yung buwelta pabalik.
Ang daling hayaan na lang eh, no? But kita mo yung hustle doon ni Keith Agovida. And this guy is a veteran.
Oh yes,
so,
he
alam
is.
mo, hindi rin talaga yan magpapabaya. Despite being up by 31 points.
For a loaded team, what you want is you're playing for your existence. You're playing for your minutes, di ba? You want to show the coach, Coach, ako nagtatrabaho dito kahit na lamang or kahit na under tayo.
Parang audition piece na rin in
Oh
a way.
yes. Oh.
Omar thinking three. Trying to find Villapando. He was asking for an alley-oop. Six and 23 still left here in the game.
I have covered Orlan Wamar when he was still a student all the way to the amateurs, to the D-League. And he has really blossomed into an all-around point guard. Scoring point guard.
So what would you say has been kind of yung, ano yung naging key in terms of developing the level of player that he is at this time?
Unang-una, he was handled by good coaches who preached about great basketball programs. Second, exposure. At saka yung natural DNA nitong si Orlan na alam mo pag maliit ka tulad natin, di ba? Undersized tayo mga gwardiya. Pero tayong always kailangan patunayan when we're going up against big guys. And he always made sure that he never backed down. In all those games and leagues that I've covered, regardless of the outcome, he'd always fight. So, undoubtedly, siya kayo nagdadala ng game dito para sa Kings.
I kind of get what you mean. No? Parang may chip ka on your shoulder that, you know, despite
But you won't allow that,
my stature,
di ba? To be detrimental sa development mo as a player and as a person.
really has come a long way talking about Orlan Wamar. Still no go para sa Pure Blends. Nice hustle down court, but Villapando still scores.
That is a perfect example of what we were talking about. He gets the board, he surveys the floor, reads the passing lane, doesn't throw up a fancy pass, but throws up something that will be caught easily, gets a steal, and then converts on the other end. Oh my goodness, that's one sentence. All about Orlan Wamar.
Ano naman yung timing ni Orlan Wamar, no? Parang nakapuri mo pa lang eh.
Tinuloy-tuloy.
Ito ba? Ito ba yung sinasabi mo, Chicky?
Diba?
And this is another kid that you were talking about earlier, Chicky.
I had a chance to work with him in Marinero Filipino D-League. One thing about Chiara Labanza, work ethic. Grabe talaga. He will fight. He will fight for that possession.
Viloria will be fouled off the pass, although penalty na dito ang Pure Blends.
Much deserved breather here for Orlan Mamar.
Damage has been done. Leads all scorers with 13. Samahan mo na rin ng 10 assists. So a double-double performance para kay Orlan Wamar.
If you notice sa bench ng San Juan, nandiyan si Coach Nani Epondola din, di ba? Who worked with Orlan sa CEU, if I'm not mistaken. So it helps a lot if your coaches, pati si Coach Tan Manal, di ba? Assistant Coach Tan Manal, sa skippers naman. Bonus talaga if you have a coaching staff na kilala ka like the back of their hands, diba?
We see a number of players in different leagues, no? Na parang, yun nga, pag napupunta sila dun sa coach that kind of, I guess, understands.
Yeah, oo.
How to utilize you or even your tendencies, di ba?
At
Yung
paano
fit.
ka sindihan, di ba?
Nagovida once again, that time short. Still 3 and 45 left. Dito sa ating laro, 88 to 56. Mabigat ko rin convert. So Pure Blends on their way to slide to 1 and 4 sa ating team standings, Shiki. As for the Kings, bouncing back from their first loss against the Warriors in their previous game.
Now that race for the top 2 will now be extra interesting. Diba? Dahil, meron tayong unbeaten teams, pero meron tayong teams who are just underneath them trying to get a good crack at 1 and 2.
So, may crack pa rin talaga, no? May chance pa rin
Pwede
for
pa.
You know, the likes of San Juan. We saw the Warriors win earlier against Pangasinan. Pangasinan certainly would also want to reclaim that top spot.
Magkakaroon ng konting change sa karera for the top 2, I believe, after siguro next week or after our games for January. Then, probably when we look at the team standings in the next 2 weeks, we'll have a good idea sino yung magkakaroon ng legit chance for 1 and 2. After that, yung positioning sa 3, 4, 5, and 6 na may twice to beat sa first round ng quarterfinals, yan naman ang pagtatalunan ngayon, di ba?
Team separation, slowly makikita na rin natin yan as the season develops.
Kasi 3 will go against 10. 4 against 9, diba? 5 against 8, 6 against 7. With 3, 4, 5, 6, with a twice to beat advantage. Pagkatapos nun, whoever wins na apat nun, magkakaroon ulit ng another edge ng twice to beat, pero yung 3 and 4 na lang. So, it's gonna be crucial the next 2 weeks, especially for those for the good spot for 1 and 2 at yung 3 to 6.
So we're talking about how Pure Blends could still aim for that 3 to 6
Pwede pa,
spot.
pwede pa.
But certainly kung hindi ka man umabot dun sa 3, 4, 5, 6 na inaasam mo, you would still want to fall on that 7, 8 spot to maybe a better matchup.
Diba, better matchup kasi ang makakatapat mo either 4 or 5 or 6.
5 or 6, despite having a twice to beat disadvantage.
Now, if you're the bottom of the team standings, you have, sabi nga na, beggars can be choosers. Umabot ka lang sa ano.
May tawid mo lang.
Wag lang 11. Diba? Jeez. And then, let's compete. Let's see how far we'll go.
The last 2:08 of this ball game. 10 points away from the century mark are the Kings. Up by 28. Last 2 minutes. Announced sa ating FILOIL ECOOIL Center for the last time on this Friday. As another foul whistled here against Pure Blend. So balik sa linya ang San Juan. This time, Viloria will be awarded with 2 free throws.
On the side of Pure Blends, one thing that they'll probably go back to, 24 times silang tinapon yung bola. And San Juan capitalized by scoring 31 points off those 24 turnovers. On the flip side, San Juan committing 17 turnovers and only allowing 11 points of turnovers para sa Pure Blends. So doon yung pinakamalaking disparity.
Minute and 54 left in the game. Timeout muna ang Pure Blends, down by 30. Take a look at our games on the 21st sa Marikina Sports Center. Another triple header hatid sa inyo ng ating Pilipinas Super League with the Warriors going up against the Verde Diamonds. Pure Blends kontra Aguilas, and ang huling laro natin would be the Reapers going up against the Kings. What a matchup that would be.
It's gonna be nice. Kita-kits tayo doon. Watch with us. Diba, libre, no?
Libre lang ang ating admission, and number of fans have already won, kung hindi kilo ng bigas, that Daily Fantasy giveaways. Right? Speaking of Daily Fantasy ang fantasy sports ng Pilipinas. Pumili ng top basketball players at mag-build ng sariling dream team sa Daily Fantasy. Dahil dito sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro. Join now at playdailyfantasy.com. Balde called for that travel.
Won't be surprised if isang mini target dito ng San Juan is to hit the century mark. Kaya they were still playing aggressive, no?
Baka yun yung incentive, Chiki, that you
Malay
were
mo,
mentioning kanina.
diba?
If we reach 100, though a loose ball foul will be whistled here, I believe, against Paundo. That will bring them at the limit. Last minute and 8 dito sa ating laro.
Huge, yung isang huge turning point from the get-go yung 25-12 ng first quarter. Tapos, nadagdagan lang. Kasi nung second, Pure Blends scored 20, San Juan scored 22. In the third, that was where it was cemented. 30 third quarter points for the Kings against the 16 for Pure Blends. So I think that took the game out of Pure Blends.
I think that goes to show din na you really have to establish yung tema maaga eh. So
Pupundar
that
ka
hindi mo na mabibigyan ng kahit anong klaseng kumpiyansa yung makakatapat mo, that you can hang around. Kung sa umpisa pa lang, paparamdam mo na kaagad that, you know what, I can break this game open early.
And if you do that, and if you're the coach of that team who built a good lead, you have the luxury of giving burn time, di ba? For your second and third units. Kasi pagdating ng playoffs, kung saan napili na, nasala na, yung mga third unit mo, pag walang burn time yan, ang hirap i-activate bigla.
Parang dun mo palang hahanapin.
Oo.
So
Kahit na veterano yan, ang hirap.
Parang may switch ka lang na i-on mo. Teams now shaking hands as the final buzzer will sound to signal the end of this contest as the San Juan Kings will secure this victory 94-64 against the Pure Blends. Silipin natin ang ating play of the game, that alley-oop between Wamar and Villapando.
Diba? Heavy traffic, no problem. Everyone contributed. Everyone chipped in. And they get home. They go home with a 30-point victory.
Balance attack, as you said, against the Pure Blends. Itong ginawa ng San Juan Kings. And while there have been several contributions para dito nga sa San Juan, it has been their court general that really stepped up and finished with a double-double.
Oh, you can't take away anything from Orlan Wamar, di ba? Dahil siya nga ang nag-set ng tone, assist department, points production. But more than that, it's really making everyone feel that if you're in the right position, you will get that ball and you'll get a chance to score.
And he is with Maris Victorio as our best player of the ball game.
Chiki and Jaime, I am now with our best player of the game, Orlan Wamar from San Juan Kings with 13 points, 2 steals, and 10 assists. Now, Orlan, you guys set the tone early kanina. Umpisa pa lang hanggang uli sa inyo na talaga ang scoreboard. Ano sa tingin mo ang naging susi sa pagiging consistent ng Team San Juan Kings?
Coming from this game, nagkaisa lang kami na gusto namin bumawi sa pagkatalo namin last game. Kaya kulang pa, hindi pa consistent, hindi pa matatawag na consistent. Madami pa kailangan gawin para maka-fight kami dun sa gusto namin marating.
Ayan, now, ramdam namin, Orlan, ang impact mo talaga kanina. So, matanong ko lang, ano yung naging focus mo bago kayo sumabak sa game na ito ngayon?
Kailangan nag-set ng goal sa sarili ko na kailangan ko dalhin yung team ko. Hindi lang kailangan sa score, kundi kasi nakikita nyo naman na sobrang magulo pa kami. Kailangan pa namin ayusin talaga yung execution namin, both offense and defense.
Alright, congratulations again. Orlan, baka may gusto kang batiin o pasalamatan?
Nagpapasalamat ako kay Senator Jingo Estrada na walang sawang sumusuporta sa amin. Boss Jeremy Go, Boss James Go, Boss Monching Talisayon, Go for Gold, Philippines, Scratch It Car, JSU Amusup, Armor On, Philippines, BFF Party List. Sino pa? Binabati ko Binabati ko yung parents ko na nasa Bohol, yung nanay ko, tatay ko, kapatid ko, si Coach Julius, yung girlfriend ko nanonood ngayon, sila Lolo Boy, Lola Belen, at saka si Tita, Tito. Yung mga kamag-anak ko sa Cebu, yung lola ko nanonood din siguro ngayon. Sino pa ba? Yun lang siguro.
Alright, once again, congratulations. Orlan, our best player of the game. Balik sa inyo, Jaime and Chiki.
23 minutes, 6 times tumira, 5 pumasok, 10 assist, may 4 na turnover, pero plus minus, Jaime, 27 for Orlan Wamar. Grabe, no?
That's just Orlan Wamar for you and a bounce back win para dito nga sa San Juan Kings at the expense of Pure Blend. So that will be a wrap for our triple header on this Friday. On behalf of my partner, Chigi Reyes, always a pleasure. Of course, Maris Victorio, our courtside reporter, the hardworking men and women of the production crew. Maraming salamat po.